What's up, everybody? Here we go. We're going to do a quick Ask Me Anything. This is going to be a 30-minute session. We're not going over today. I'm going hanging out with my girls, my two toddlers, well, 2-year-old, 4-year-old. So ask me anything about building a 10K a month copywriting business. Let's go. If you have questions about how to get started with freelance copywriting, about how to learn copywriting faster, if you're wondering how to land your first client, if you're wondering about how the best way to outreach, I can tell you right now, the students who use my outreach method are getting a first client as a beginner in 30 days, 70% of the time. So if you're looking to scale your business, if you're sitting around one client or $1,000 a month, if you're wondering how to break through that $1,000 a month and hit $5,000 a month or $10,000 a month, ask away, ask your questions in the comments below. Let's get into it. Okay, so what's up? Welcome, everybody. Excited to get started. Oh, hey, Red. Hey, didn't see you there. Naughty. Hey, how are you? Your guys' names are really funny. I've noticed lately, like, so your name's just like, your name is Naughty. Your name is Red. Here we go. First question. I'm currently struggling with project management and time management. This is a great question that I haven't been asked much, which is making it difficult to track data and monitor progress effectively. How can I approach this strategically? So you maybe give me a little bit more context as to what you mean by track data and monitor progress. Are you talking about tracking data and monitoring progress on your outreach, like who you're outreaching to and how to follow up and how to land them as a client? Or are you talking about your actual copywriting performance for your current clients? Maybe give a follow-up comment. Naughty, let me know what you're talking about with project management, time management. Are you talking about current client work, or are you talking about landing clients and tracking that kind of data and progress? So give me a follow-up clarification comment there, and I'll let you know. John Bastidas, what's up, brother? CS Gaming, how's it going? Amarachi, DK. I'm probably just butchering these names, but you know what? I'm trying. So just ask away, guys. Ask me anything in the comments about building a 10K a month copywriting business. This is just me a quick sesh. This is me 30-minute. Just wanted to hop on here. I had a ton of fun last week, hopping on a few times, doing some lives, and that's why we're back. So any questions you have, there's no dumb question. Just like ask away. If you want to like not have to work at a 9 to 5, if you are in university and you're not sure what you want to do for a career, if you're in high school even, and you're like, I don't know if I want to go to university or what I'm going to do with my life, or you've been trapped in a 9 to 5 for years and you just want a way to earn a full-time income from your laptop and be able to wake up when you want, travel the world, have more free time, flexibility, make more money. This is it. There's no greater business that you could start than freelance copywriting. The only thing that comes remotely close, it's not dropshipping, it's not TikTok, it's not personal branding, it's not content, it's not trading, it's not crypto, it's not affiliate marketing. The only thing, those things all suck in comparison to two things: sales or copywriting. Those are the only two things. If you are looking to start your first online business, the only thing that you should ever consider for your first business is doing sales or doing copywriting. And the reason why copywriting beats sales is because sales, you have to meet people face to face. You have to sell one-to-one, and you have to be damn good at speaking to people, which is a very not the easiest thing, especially because of 4 years of COVID that we all went through with masks and all this crazy stuff. So if you want the easier path, sell through the written word. As a copywriter, you can write 1 to 100,000 to 1,000,000. You can wake up in the morning, rip out an email in 20 minutes. Next thing you know, that email generates $10,000 in sales for your client. How much are they going to pay you? Probably $1,000, maybe $2,000. So you can make a ton of money because copywriting scales better than sales. So let's get into some questions. Naughty, so this is the question you're asking, follow up to yours. You're trying to land clients through cold outreach, and if I sign up 200 ecom brands for copywriting, how to manage it? Are you asking me if you need to clarify even more? Sorry, I don't know. I don't understand what you're asking. You're trying to land clients through cold outreach, and you're wondering how to manage clients, or you're trying to manage your outreach. Give me more clarification on what you're talking about. I'll go to the next question. Here we go. Rachel, I wrote my first draft copy, then used ChatGPT to refine it. Is it good for a beginner? Yeah, that's totally fine. If you're a beginner copywriter, do not use AI to write your copy. Do not say, I'm a copywriter now. I'm going to make millions of dollars. I'm going to click AI and they're going to write the copy for me. If you think that's how you're going to learn to write copy and make millions, you need to learn foundational consumer psychology and how to write. If you want to incorporate AI, the best and only way you should be using it as a beginner from the start is you learn copywriting from scratch. You read the copywriting books, you write the copy, and if you want to help get AI to help you refine it, optimize it, edit it, give you feedback on it, be my guest. Go use Grok, go use ChatGPT. Those are the two best that I've seen and played around with and used. Do that. But please do not use AI to click the button and write it for you and think you're a copywriter. You're going to get wiped out by the copywriters who actually know how to write copy and then also leverage AI. So, okay, next question. Outreaching clients is no easy task. Sometimes I want to give up. I know, it's tough. This is the thing. Every business you could possibly start is going to be tough. It's just a matter of like, you need to put in the work and that's part of it. But part of it is also making sure you're not doing bad strategies. Like going and spraying and praying, cold email blasting, cold DMing hundreds of people every day with like copy paste outreach templates and using a tool, AI automated tool to scrape and to send. This stuff doesn't work anymore. Like it worked 5-10 years ago. It doesn't work anymore. So yeah, like outreach is hard, but don't make outreach harder than it needs to be. Go learn how to outreach the right way. And I will tell you what the best way I've seen is because I've coached 75 plus guys. I've been a full-time 6-figure copywriter for the past 6 years. And I've had over 500 students go through my copywriting course. And the thing that I'm seeing work best is using a warm social media outreach approach. Not cold email, not spray and pray, not high volume. Low volume, warm social media, high value. You go after the right people, you sniper bomb the right people, you drop a value bomb on them, and you build proof that way. That is the easiest way. 70% of my students are getting their first paid client in 30 days with this method. I haven't seen a better method. I haven't seen better results from other people's methods. So that is the best way. Do not do cold outreach. Do not click buttons and automate and all these things. Like this is craziness. It doesn't work anymore. You're making your life way more painful than it needs to be as a copywriter if you're doing outreach the wrong way. So don't do it the wrong way. Do it the way that works best. Do it the easiest way. It's still going to be work. You still got to put in the time. But my students are getting client doing about 1 hour of outreach per day to one person per day. And it's working within about 30 outreaches, which is why they're getting a client in about 1 month most of the time. Okay. Amarachi. Okay, I got your name right. Here we go. How to convert a prospect into a friend. Yeah, this is easy. Just talk to people. Like, guys, this is not rocket science. What would you do if you're going to go and try to sell something to somebody on the streets? Like if you just like, let's just say you sell AirPods, right? And you want to go walk up to a stranger on the side of the road. Would you go up to them and be like, hey, you want to buy these AirPods? Like, go get them. Like, it's just buy now. I'll guarantee you they're going to be the greatest thing. They're only this much money. People would be screaming and running away from you and scared. Like this, but this is what people are doing in cold emails and cold DMs. Like, don't do that. That's crazy. Instead, warm somebody up. People trust is at an all-time low online, and it's going to get lower and lower as AI gets bigger and more integrated into society. People don't trust who's a real person online anymore. So you need to do what you can to stand out as a human. Be a human. This is why the best thing to do for outreach is to use social media right now and not inbound clients and post all day and engage all day like a crazy person to try to get inbound leads. That's not what I'm saying. That's crazy. You don't need to build a personal brand. But what you do need is when you want to convert someone from a prospect into a friend, it's easy. Go find the right people to outreach to. If you're going to go after fitness coaches, go find fitness coaches on Instagram, click follow, click like on a post, comment on a post, a genuine comment. It could be a compliment. It could be a question. It could be something you're sharing from your personal life about what they posted. And then go DM them and follow up on that comment. So you could say the exact same thing if you wanted. And just be a person. Fitness coach. Oh, hey man, love this dumbbell technique you did for biceps. I've never used this one before. Mine are, I only know this other way to do dumbbell curls. So this is awesome. Thanks for this tip. Appreciate it. Go DM them. Exact same thing. And then if you want to get them a higher response rate from them in the DMs. Hey man, love that bicep curl video you just posted. Like, I'm gonna try that tonight. By the way, how long you been doing coaching for? Just ask them a simple question. How long you been at this for? It's open ended. It could be coming from a client, or it could be coming from you wanting to know about their business. That's how you do it. And then once those guys reply to you, guess what? You're not in message requests anymore in the DMs. So if you do pitch them your services, they're actually going to see it. Too many people are pitching people in cold email. You know how many cold emails I get all day from people wanting to like be my YouTube editor and thumbnail guy and other, closers and setters. And the emails come in. I don't have time for them anymore. I literally just click delete, archive. I don't have time to even manage it and even like consider it. So like, but if someone DMs me, I am literally like 10 times more likely. This is a hint to anybody who's trying to pitch me stuff. I'm 10 times more likely to look at it, see their message, click on their profile, see who they are, and check them out. So you want to do that with social media. That's how you turn people from prospects into friends. Talk to them, engage with them just a little bit. I'm not saying play the engagement game and engage for 45 minutes a day. Just go find who you want to talk to, follow, like, comment, DM. Once they reply, then you pitch. Then they're warm. Ed, I remember you mentioning about like you had walked through with the client, social media. Yeah, that was that's funny. Yeah, this was at a Christmas dinner. Yeah, I wasn't even identifying an opportunity. I just started talking to a random person who found out they had a 300,000 person audience with 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, and turns out that they needed some help with their marketing. So especially on the email side of things, I just love talking about marketing and copywriting their business. So I just started talking with them, and I saw there was a gap in their marketing. I just gave them all the sauce. I just gave them all the free advice. I wasn't even trying to land them as a client. I just wanted to help them. And I love talking about this stuff. Like when you love this stuff, when you look at it like a video game, it's really fun. And you're going to land clients like that because people are going to see you know your stuff because you actually are into this thing. Believe it or not, one of the easiest ways to sell people is actually like what you do and be passionate about it and be genuine. So that's all I was doing. I just saw this lady. I started giving her all these tips for free. I don't care. I don't need any more copywriting clients. I just want to help her. She pitched me after I started giving her all this advice. Oh, you should be putting a pinned comment on your YouTube page. You should have an email sign up form in your description on YouTube. You should have a link over here. You should be talking about this on your live streams. You should do XYZ. You should be sending more emails. XYZ. Your email list shouldn't be this size. It should be way bigger because of XYZ. And like, here's some tips. And by the way, you could actually promote it on Twitter too. You're not doing that. Watch this. Next thing you know, she's like, wow, this is amazing. Thank you for all this advice. I just started giving her all the sauce, the things that like I could charge people hundreds of dollars for a consultation, but I don't care. I just want to help. And so, yeah, she pitched me and said, hey, can we meet again? I'll pay you money. And I was like, we can meet again. And like, I'll just help you because I want to help her. And then she pitched me and made an offer, and I signed her as a client. So yeah, really fun. It's really fun when you just like start helping people. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Start giving people free advice when you actually know what you're doing, and how easy it is to demonstrate your expertise and proof that you actually can help people, which makes you worth money. John, great question. How do I know how much to charge for copywriting services? This is how much you should charge for copywriting. Okay. What is the impact of your copy going to be on this business? And that is how much you should charge. Let me repeat that. The amount you should charge as a copywriter should be how much of an impact your copy is going to have on their business. The reason there's no blanket statement for what you should charge as a copywriter is because it completely varies from business to business and from your skill to the next person's skill. So for instance, if somebody has a sales page that's generating $1 million a year, and you come in and you write them a better sales page, and that new sales page, nothing changes. The only thing different is your sales page copy. And you start generating them $1.5 million a year, an extra $500,000 in revenue per year from your copy. Well, how much of the $500,000 in free money that you just gave this business owner are you worth? How much should they pay you? What should your cut be? In most cases, for a sales page, something like that, and even for like an email revenue share deal, you're looking at maybe 10%, 20% maybe. So in that instance, Like, what's 10% of 500,000? 50,000. What's 20%? 100,000. So how much should that sales page copywriter charge for the impact their copy had on that brand, for that business, and the impact they had? A 50% increase, which is nuts. And for $1 million sales page going into 1.5, they should be earning about 50,000 to 100,000 just from that client in 1 year. And if they're on a rev share deal, they're probably going to be getting royalties on that year after year after year. But if that same copywriter did the exact same copy for the same business, but that business is not doing $1 million a year in revenue, they're doing 100,000. So then he takes this business from $100,000 a year to $150,000 per year at a 10 to 20% commission. How much would he be making? He'd be making $5,000 to $10,000 total from that sales page. So again, the impact of your copy on the business is the determining factor for what you should charge. So how do you figure this out? Well, one, you don't always know what a business is at. You need to find out a business's revenue or start gauging where they're at. If a business is making 10K a month in revenue, good luck charging $5,000 a month for your copywriting services. You're never going to convince them. Don't even bother. Would they do it for $500 a month? Maybe. So that's what you need to ask yourself is, what is this business operating at? What's their revenue? Ask them straight up. What's your revenue? What's your revenue goal? How much revenue you generate from email? Like, dive into these questions on a discovery call when you get them on that call. That will help determine the pricing. If you just want like a blanket statement though of like, just tell me what you would charge if you're brand new, Brandon, I'll tell you. If I don't know these numbers, if I don't know the revenue, I don't know how well my copy's going to perform, but I know I could write better copy than them because I can see it and I trust my skill already. I've been practicing for 30 days. I got the copywriting books. I'm going through the courses, the coaching, doing all my thing. If I'm going to start out with like any business and just like a blanket statement, you just want me to give you a number as an email copywriter, because that's my main specialty, I'm going to charge probably as a brand new beginner, probably $50 to $100 per email. So whatever that equates to, if they want one email a week, you're looking at $200 to $400 per month for your copywriting. If they want a daily email, well, that might be like $1,500 to $3,000 per month. This is just rough guidelines. If I have no idea about revenue and I'm a complete beginner, I'm probably going to start charging around that rate. That's just, if you just want a number, maybe just start around there. But as a beginner, if you don't have a case study proven results, you better be willing to do it for free. So you can ask for the money, but if they say no, pitch down and just do it for free. Like, do whatever you can do to get a case study. A case study proving your results is the greatest ticket to unlocking that $1,000, $2,000, $5,000 a month client. Nothing else matters except for proof. And until you have proof of results that when you write words, money appears magically from the sky for your clients, you'd have no business trying to charge someone $5,000 to $10,000 per month anyways. So do what you can, go for the money if you can. Don't charge way too much or you're just it's craziness when you're brand new. But do whatever you can to get that first client. Free, cheap, doesn't matter. If you get paid, it's icing on the cake when you're new. You got to get 1 case study, 2 case studies, 3 case studies, because when you have that proof that like, hey, I wrote copy for this brand. Here was the samples I wrote. Here's the results. Here's the screenshots. Here's the proof. Here's the receipts. And here's a video testimonial of the client I work for who like is backing up saying, yes, hire this copywriter, hire John. He made me an extra 20K this past 30 days. Go hire the guy. He knows how to write copy. Until you have that, you're never going to make 5, 10K a month. Like, it's going to be very, very hard. It's going to be very, very hard. So just do whatever you can to make that happen. Be willing to work for free over cheap. Nod, you're asking us about my inbox being full with emails. I still don't know what you're asking. You're asking if you're outreaching to people and you sign up to all these email lists, like in outreach. How do you track that? If you're asking about how to organize your outreach when you sign up to these guys' email lists, put them all in a folder. If you're in Gmail, it's really easy. You can create a filter with your emails. If you're signing up to a bunch of people's email lists to try to then outreach to them later, once you sign up and then you start getting that email in your inbox, filter it. Go to your settings. You could figure this out in Google and AI, ChatGPT, Grok. Click filter this email so it skips the inbox and goes into this swipe file folder. If that's what you mean, that's how you do it. Kevin, same exact advice I just gave about pricing. You charge how much for your landing page as the impact of your copy is going to be. So if If you're ever unsure and you can't figure out pricing, one of the easiest places to start, and like one of the lowest risk factors for the client too, and for you, is just start with revenue share. I'll take a 10% cut of whatever this thing earns. It could be for a sales page, a landing page, emails, or ads. You generate an extra $1,000 from the landing page, you make $100. You generate an extra $10,000 for their emails this month, you're making $1,000. That percentage completely is negotiable, but 10 to 20% is pretty fair. 10% being a starting point, 20% being on the high end. How many follow-ups do I recommend for a prospect who like what you wrote and pass along to a marketing director? I'm on follow-up number 2, assuming I keep going until I'm told no. Yeah, keep going, 100%. Now, like, you can follow up as many times as you want to land a client until you're blacklisted. As a just general starting point though, try to follow up 3 times with somebody if you sent them an outreach already and they first responded to you and you're waiting to hear back from them. Send 3. Like, go send 3 every 2 days until they get back to you. And if not, it's up to you. If you really want to land them, if you're like determined, go send infinity. Go send more outreaches. Go send more follow-ups through other social media. For this particular case, if you got passed on from somebody, a gatekeeper in the DMs or the emails to a marketing director, you go ask that person in the DMs again, what is the marketing director's contact information? What is their social media and what is their email so you can reach out to them directly? Go do that and talk to the gatekeeper and get them to give you that information. Rachel, do I need to have tools like Klaviyo if I want to start outreach? I want to focus mainly on email marketing. You don't need to know Klaviyo already in order to start outreaching for email marketing and email copywriting. But it is still a good idea to at least download the software, get a taste of it, just get a feel for it. Just hop in there even for 5 minutes, just so you know what the heck's going on. And so you can say confidently on that first call, when they ask you, have you used Klaviyo before? What's your experience? That you can confidently say, yes, I've used Klaviyo before. I'm super comfortable using it to implement your emails. This is what I did before I landed my first, it was my 3rd email automation that I wrote. I was scared of what was going to happen if they asked about my experience. So I just used the software for like 30 minutes and just played around there just so I could say I've used it before, even if I wasn't an expert. Don't bother trying to spend hours and hours and hours playing around in Klaviyo to try to like figure it out. Like, learn on the job. Just get in there, just to like have a little bit of experience with the interface, even for 5 to 30 minutes. But besides that, you're gonna learn the most on the job once you get that client. Sky46 says, aren't AI taking this job in the future? No, AI is not taking this job, just like the internet didn't take out OG copywriters' jobs. When the internet came on the scene, it's the exact same thing, but AI is obviously different because this is like accelerated technology growth. But before the internet, people were like, the dot-com boom, technology is going to wipe out all of our jobs. Before then, copywriters, you know what they were doing? Typing on old-fashioned typewriters, writing copy by hand, and putting that copy into newspapers and magazines and billboards and commercials, right? And brochures. They were doing things the old-fashioned way, and it was taking a really long time. What happened when the internet came on the scene? Did the internet wipe out those copywriters? No, those guys kept doing what they were doing. But the people who chose to leverage the internet, learn how to type on a keyboard in a word processor like Google Docs, it wasn't around then, but Microsoft Word and stuff, and leverage technology to create landing pages and sales pages and emails and ads to be able to not just reach 5,000 people in their local newspaper with an ad, but reach 5 million people with an email or a sales page. They got more done faster and reached more people. So those copywriters who leveraged the new technology earned more. The old guys didn't just die off though. They just kept doing what they're doing because they were just like, whatever, I don't care. Because they're making really good money, they don't care. But the guys who leveraged the internet made the most money. It's the same thing with AI right now. AI isn't wiping out copywriters. It's making copywriters more money. It's making copywriters better. So it's a technology you can use to leverage. It's leverage to get more done in less time. So if you want to be a smart copywriter, learn copywriting and then start playing around with AI and start using it. As a brand new copywriter, the way you should use this is not to click the copy button before you create my copy. It should be you write the copy as a draft and get AI to give you feedback on it. Get AI to coach you. Hey, optimize this piece. Tell me how to improve it. Tell me how I should make this better and all that stuff. So that's the answer. Copywriters who leverage AI are going to make the most money. I also use email software so I know they're being opened. Yeah, that's that's great if you are outreaching and you're using email software to track opens, that's fine. I would still recommend though, don't primarily use email to outreach. Don't use cold email to outreach. That is one of the hardest ways to outreach because you need proof. You need trust. People need to trust you when you outreach. And just like I've experienced this myself because I get pitched all the time from people because they see I have a copywriting business and a coaching business. And so I get pitched all day long. I'm seeing pitches in the email and the DMs. I see both sides of the equations. I see the pitching being the copywriter as a person who's coached over 75 people and had 500 copywriting students, and as the person receiving pitches. I see all angles of the pitching game. And I'm telling you right now, when people pitch me an email, 9 times out of 10, I'm just deleting the email instantly. I don't even have time. I don't want to bother. But if somebody DMs me, I don't know why. Well, I do know why. When they DM me, I'm much more likely to read it. Why is that? Usually the message is shorter. I can see their face. I can see their name. I can click on their profile and quickly see a little bit about them to see if they're a crazy person or not. And it feels a little more personal on social media than an email. So forget cold email, go use social media, go use warm DMs. I got plenty of videos, go through my YouTube. I got plenty of videos on how to outreach and land clients using social media, warm DM outreach. John asks, have you ever experienced a situation where after creating a strategy, your client's results are worse? How do you deal with this? Yeah, after 6 years, sometimes your stuff flops. Sometimes your copy doesn't stick as hard as you think it is. Sometimes you think this is going to be the sickest email ever. My goodness, it's going to be amazing. It's going to generate results, and it falls flat. And it's like, oh, that was underwhelming. I was thinking this would make 5,000 and it made 500. What do? You don't feel sorry for yourself. Don't, try to also blame other people. And you just look at it analytically. Just take your emotions out of it and be like, well, why did this flop? Maybe I should analyze my copy and see what's going on. Maybe I'm slacking. Maybe I need to do a bit more audience research. Maybe we need to look at the offer more. Maybe we need to look at like what the hook was for the subject line in the email. Maybe it's like the weird timing. Maybe we just promoted like 1,500 things during Black Friday and now it's Christmas time and people don't want to buy. They want to spend time with their family. There's lots of outside factors. And if your copy flops, you just need to ask yourself, oh, well, why did it flop? Rather than get upset or fearful, oh no, is the client going to drop me? And face it head on. If your client brings it up to you like, hey man, looks like this one didn't perform as well. What's going on? Have an answer. If you start to see the performance of your copy isn't where it should be, then like you should be the one trying to figure out why quickly and have an answer to tell the client if they ask you, which they don't always ask or they don't always care that much too. Especially with something like email where you're just like, you're pumping out emails and you're sending them like a couple times a week or daily or whatever. Like if one email doesn't hit as hard, like it's not always the end of the story. And email isn't always about maximizing revenue with every single email. Email is a nurturing platform. Email as email copywriter versus a sales page copywriter. A sales page copywriter is very much like get the conversion, like do the thing, make the money, get the lead, get the conversion. But email, there's two objectives with email typically. It's yes, get the conversion, yes, get the money, yes, generate sales. But sometimes we also want to nurture our audience, generate sales and nurture. It's a nurturing channel as well. So as an email copywriter, your job is twofold. Yes, make money, get conversions and generate sales. But not every email, that's the primary purpose. You also need to do the second thing, which is build a relationship, build an audience, nurture your audience, which then results in more sales overall. So like you're warming your audience, you're building your audience, you're doing this for your clients. So you need to focus on doing that and doing it effectively. And sometimes you're not always going to get huge sales from every single email, but it might be just building that trust more, which leads to more money later. What can I search to find good prospects that have like Shopify stores and stuff like that on Instagram? Find out what your niche is. Go after a niche first. Pick something. Is it going to be a pet brand? Is it going to be a sports brand? Is it going to be a hunting brand? Go after a specific niche and start with the niche. That will help you find those Shopify stores on Instagram. So like dog food company, pet food supplier, like stuff like that. Okay. If you're outreaching, you send a call message, then one prospect sends a reply message. What's your next step? Once somebody replies to you in the DMs, go send them the sniper bomb. If you're not sure how to do this, I have videos on this. Just look up my video on how to land a client in 30 days or how to land a client on Instagram. Go to my videos after this. I'm about to end the stream. and just go follow that step by step. But the overview is once someone replies to you in the DMs, go send them the thing. Go write them up an audit, go look at their business, click on their website. If you're an email copywriter, sign up with their email list and write down all the tips that they should do to improve their conversions, grow their list faster, generate more revenue, all the things to improve their email strategy and their email copy. Then write them a new email and send that to them in the DMs. Go fire up. Hey man, I checked your stuff. Love what you're doing. By the way, I noticed some things to improve your conversions. I wrote you have a full free audit. Here's a couple tips and a free sample. Let me know what you think. Boom. That's what you do. Vin, your story inspired me. You left town making $1,000 a month beginning. I'm in Vietnam making $800 a month moment. That's awesome, man. Can't wait to be in your shoes. Need your coaching. Yeah, if you want coaching help, I'm full for August right now, but you can just email me at brandon@storycopywriting.com with the subject line coaching, or you can DM me on any platform with just say coaching. Say you're interested in coaching. And yeah, if you want some extra help, I'm happy to help you out. August is free, or August is full though. I got 2 spots left for September. So do it quick if you want to get in. When pitching is better, do one-off projects first, retainers, or rev share. Show them all the options. Show them all the options between like, hey, I can do a one-off project, or we can like, here's my monthly rate. I usually like to like talk about a one-off project first, and most of the time you'll land a client for a one-off project first, which later turns into retainers or revenue share, or just some kind of ongoing agreement. But still show them. I'll still present like after talking to a client, be like, hey, here's my options. We can do a one-off welcome email series for, I'll just say $2,000, $3,000. And here's my options if you also want me to do your weekly emails. That's going to be $1,500, $2,000 a month. And if you want like 3 emails a week, it's going to be $3, $4, $5 grand. So there's a fly flying around here. So I'll present a couple options so they can choose if they want to go right into the one-off project or see that I have like ongoing arrangements for email. When do I know if I should charge a one-time fee for something or if I should ask them to earn a percentage? This is something it's kind of up to you. I primarily have not worked on percentages. I've just been like flat rate. Here's my rates. Package 1, 2, 3, 1,000, 3,000, 5,000, whatever the thing is. Take it or leave it, and then it's either negotiate or they say yes. And if later on I'm like, man, this is a really bad deal on my end, I need to up my rates and renegotiate with them, you can do that. Or if it's like, oh shoot, like I need to get my copy to perform better, they're paying me this much, then I get better as a copywriter and figure out how to improve performance. I will say this, I usually recommend the guys go for the money, try to go for a set amount of money first. But if they're not budging, the easiest fallback negotiation is be like, okay, no worries, don't pay me anything up front, I'll just take 10% of any revenue I generate. So 10% a commission is definitely lower risk for the client. But I like to just push for money anyways up front, just to go for it. So 10% is probably an easier thing. Do you ask for financials with increased revenue trust? Do you ask for financials or increased revenue trust based? Depends on your working. So I do like to ask, like, show me all the data. I like to ask for access to the software where we're seeing what the data is. Like, especially for e-commerce, it's like a non-negotiable. You're giving me access to Klaviyo and I'm seeing what the revenue is. I need to be able to see all the numbers and they show the revenue easily. Other things like service providers, coaching, info, stuff like that, you're going to have to be more like, just ask. Most guys will be like, yeah, no worries, for sure. I'll give you access to like the analytics so we can see how it performs. And just make it, don't say like, I need to see how the numbers are to make sure you're paying me. Don't act like that. Just say, hey, and can you give me access to Hyros or to Klaviyo or whatever it is so we can track the email performance, so we can track the copywriting's performance to make sure we're getting the results. Just focus on like you need to track because you do. You do need to make sure you're able to see the stuff so you can track it to optimize it. With rev share deals, how do you track how much revenue? You got to use software. So they got to give you access to software. E-commerce is the easiest. So if you're using Shopify, that's easy. Klaviyo as an email marketer, it's built right in very easily. It's very much like instantly you can see exactly what your email generated. If it's service, so coaching, info, courses, then you got to use their tracking software. So different businesses will have different stuff. Hyros is a pretty common one for something like coaching and courses where just like everything's tied in and you can use different links to track all your stuff. Okay, I have a call with the founder tomorrow. What should I charge as a first time providing the service? Again, I answered this question earlier. Like you got to try to find out what the revenue is. Just ask them, what's your revenue? And if they don't want to answer that, be like, okay, no worries. What's your revenue goal for the year? And if they don't answer that, or they start to give you a kind of paint picture, I'm getting pinged, I gotta go. If you aren't sure, ask them, what's your email revenue? Ask a specific channel. You want to start to narrow down what their revenue is, and then also what level of copy you're going to be giving them to start to narrow down how much you should charge. If someone's making 100K a month in revenue, in most cases, if they're making 100K a month in revenue, I'm probably not charging anything less than $1,000 a month for absolutely anything. So anyways, I gotta end the stream. I'm going to hang out with my girls now. So thank you everybody for your questions, and we'll try to do this again maybe next week. This is super fun. If you have any other questions or if I didn't answer it, feel free to DM me on any socials or email me, brandon@storycopywriting.com. All right, thanks a lot and have a great day, guys.